The overjustification effect. There's a quiet shift that happens. When a reason replaces a feeling, you start doing something, not because you love it, but because you're rewarded for it. And slowly, the joy fades. This is the overjustification effect, the psychological tendency to lose intrinsic motivation when external reward takes its place. When motivation is replaced, the overjustification effect occurs. When behavior that was once driven by interest, curiosity, or meaning becomes driven by rewards, praise, or pressure. You liked it. You chose it freely. It was measured, incentivized, evaluated, and something essential changed. 2. Intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. Psychologists distinguish between two kinds of motivation. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. Interest, enjoyment, meaning. Extrinsic motivation comes from outside. Money, approval, grades, status. Both can influence behavior, but when external rewards dominate, internal motivation weakens. 3. Why the brain reinterprets behavior. The mind constantly asks, why am I doing this? When rewards are added, the answer shifts. I do this because I get paid. I do this because I'm praised. I do this because it's expected. The original reason, curiosity, passion, fulfillment, is quietly overwritten. The behavior remains. The meaning disappears. 4. Control disguised as incentive. The overjustification effect often appears, where control is subtle. Performance systems, metrics, bonuses, public recognition. What begins as encouragement turns into surveillance. Choice becomes obligation, and obligation suffocates autonomy. 5. The cost to creativity and learning. This effect is especially damaging to creativity and learning. People stop experimenting, stop risking failure, stop exploring. They optimize for reward, not discovery. The question shifts from, what interests me, to, what gets rewarded? Depth is replaced by compliance. 6. Identity and self-trust. Over time, overjustification affects identity. People lose contact with what they genuinely enjoy. They begin to doubt their own preferences. Do I like this? Or am I just responding to approval? Self-trust erodes. Motivation becomes fragile, dependent on reinforcement. 7. Work, childhood, and burnout. You see the overjustification effect everywhere. Children who love drawing stop once grades appear. Employees who care deeply burn out when meaning is replaced by metrics. Hobbies turn into side hustles. And joy becomes pressure. The reward survives. The spark does not. 8. Why more incentives don't fix it. When motivation drops, systems often respond with more incentives. Higher rewards, more praise, stronger pressure. But this deepens the problem. The behavior becomes further detached from internal value. The person feels managed, not trusted. 9. Reclaiming intrinsic motivation. The overjustification effect weakens. When autonomy returns, choice matters, ownership matters, meaning matters. Ask, would I do this without being rewarded? What part of this once mattered to me? Where did obligation replace interest? Motivation cannot be forced. It must be invited. 10. Responsibility beyond reward. The overjustification effect reveals a quiet truth. The mind confuses reward with reason, but responsibility asks, is this aligned with what actually matters? This is Ethiax, where psychology meets responsibility, and responsibility begins when motivation is no longer purchased, but reclaimed.